The Firefly Distillery is bringing back its popular Food Truck Festival this September. Today, I talk one-on-one with the co-founder of the Firefly Distillery, Scott Newitt, for this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel and like Quintin's Close-Ups on Facebook. Scott Newitt, welcome to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Well, I appreciate it greatly. Obviously, you are the co-founder of the Charleston-based Firefly Distillery, which is one of the two masterminds behind the world's first handcraft sweet tea vodka.
Yes. Have you had it?
Oh, well, see, I don't drink alcohol.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
But I know that you guys do great things here in the community.
Yeah.
What's new? What's now with the Firefly Distillery?
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't hear that for a second. What was the question?
Oh, no worries. Sorry about the lawnmower in the background. But what's new? What's now with the Firefly Distillery?
So what's new is we moved from Wadmore Island in 2020 and built I like to call a county park because it's 15 acres in the middle of Park Circle, and we planted 300 plus trees, and we've got a 5-acre lawn for live music and for kids and dogs and all that, and we had a lot of that on Wadmalaw, but we tried to bring that to town, and I think we've done a pretty good job. We do live music, we do tastings, we do a lot of stuff here. We had a lot of fun.
And speaking of fun, I know that on last week Thursday, the distillery announced that it would host a fall food truck festival. That is, you had an assembly event in the spring. Nearly 20 local food trucks are expected to gather at the distillery between 12 p.m. and 5 p.m. on Saturday, September 10th. And I know that there will be a wait station which will provide live music to Firefly's front porch from 1 to 4. Let me ask you this. What got you from, obviously, the winter festival to now a fall festival?
Well, we've done two winter festivals, one in 2021 and one in 2022. The one in 2022 was the biggest event we've ever done. It was, we do concerts here, and we'll see close to 4,000 people for a concert. We had more than that for the last food truck festival. And then the food trucks all said, hey, let's do it again, because it was great for them. It was great for us. It's all about helping local business. And so that's why we're doing it again. And hopefully it's bigger than last time.
And let me ask you this, Scott. How many of those food truck vendors who basically say yes to a fall festival that are actually returning for this festival?
That's a good question. If I had to guess, I'd say 80%. I mean, we got 18 coming on September 10th. So a lot of familiar names. I don't have the exact percentage.
And I know that obviously you're going to have the Peter Stroller. You're going to have Roti Rolls. Love Corey, by the way. And also nothing but chicken. Let me ask you this. How has food trucks helped local businesses thus far?
Well, some of these guys still have food trucks, but it gave them the ability to open up restaurants. Dashi's a prime example. Started off as a food truck, still has a food truck, and opened up a restaurant. We don't charge them to be here. We've always been about, helping local music and helping local restaurants. So I just like to see other businesses grow, and also, having the food truck festival brings the local community in, and it's welcome for kids and dogs and, whatever. Well, maybe not dogs. I got to take that. I don't know if that's a fact, because that's a lot of people. I have to look into that. I'm going to get in trouble.
We love dogs around here in the Low Country, that's for sure. But let me ask you this, Scott. How has the Firefly Distillery been able to grow over the past couple of years? We've grown our home place tremendously. Our national business has grown some as well, but really it's been about local. Moving has given us the ability to grow. When we were on Wadmalaw, we couldn't put up any more buildings, and which was great. I understand that Wadmalaw is a great place. I didn't want a whole lot of commerce out there, but moving here, we're building another warehouse. We have a warehouse that's full of bourbon barrels right now. We need to build another one because we really are getting into the whiskey business. So I couldn't have done that on Wadmalaw. Right, exactly right. And what will be the timeline for you to build this other warehouse?
We're going to start probably in October, and I bet it'll be done by February.
Wow. And is that the typical time to build these types of warehouses?
Well, we're building what they call a rick house, which is for barrels, and it's basically an aluminum building that's it's not air conditioned because we want the elements to affect the barrel. So it doesn't take much to put up a pre-manufactured building.
Wow. And with this particular aluminum house, that is, how many people do you expect to serve with that?
Well, we hope to put about 500 barrels in there and store glass in there. So it's really a storage area for whiskey, okay. And it'll be part of our tours when it's open.
Wow. And what is that average tour experience for someone who's never been to the Firefly Distillery?
Yeah, so if you come here Monday through Saturday, we have a self-guided tour, which we've got a history room, and people typically do that. They sign up for tastings, which we do on every half hour. So they can walk around our gift shop, do the tour themselves. They can see our stills, and then they go do a tasting, and they have the opportunity to taste 6 of our spirits.
Wow. And what's one of those 6 spirits right now is your most popular?
Our most popular is our lemonade. It's by far the most popular. And then second would be our sweet tea whiskey.
That is really, really amazing, Scott. And let me ask you this. Besides those 6 spirits, what other spirits do you want to add to that particular list?
So we've added whiskey, 2 whiskeys, 2 bourbons. We're going to add more whiskeys, probably flavored whiskeys. We have sweet tea whiskey and we have a bourbon ball whiskey, but we're going to add some other flavored whiskeys. We do moonshine, which we're adding 3 flavors to, and we do vodkas, obviously, and we do rums. And we do a gin. We pretty much make everything I can make legally in the United States because I can't make scotch because that comes from Scotland, and I can't make tequila. That comes from Mexico.
Wow.
We make 26 different products.
Wow. Okay, which one of those products, Scott, describes you?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I got a lot of different personalities. I like our mint tea in the summer, and I like our bourbon in the winter, and then whatever seasonal fruit if peaches are in, I like our peach. We do a peach tea and we do a peach moonshine. I really like them all. It's hard to say. I have 3 kids. I can't say I got a favorite kid.
That's exactly right. You love them all. Speaking of the winter, let me ask you this. What are you all rolling out for the winter as far as drinks?
So we have every year we do our raspberry tea for the winter. And that comes out in October, and we do it's part of cancer awareness, and we donate, $1 per drink back to a charity. And then the December 13th, we roll out. We only do this twice a year. We roll out a barrel-proof bourbon, which means it's about 200 bottles out of 1 barrel at the barrel proof, which is around 122 proof. We do that for Christmas, and we do that for Father's Day.
Wow. And we thank you for obviously giving back to the community with the cancer research, and obviously, with that as well. My mom is a breast cancer survivor, so we thank you for that as well.
Oh, yeah.
But going back, obviously, to the food festival, I know that obviously you want people to come out to, basically spread out their picnic tables on the front porch and bring their own chairs, pop-up tables, blankets, and lawn chairs to enjoy the event on the field. What is that experience at your food festival?
What is it like? Oh, it's like I said, it's like being in a county park that has a distillery, and there'll be on the field, there'll be 18 trucks and vendors. I really suggest people take Uber or Lyft if they can. We've got about 400 parking spots, but if 5,000 people show up, there's not going to be any parking. So it's a great experience. Like I said, I can't say it any more than it's a county park.
Yes, indeed. And I know this is a redundant question, but obviously you're going to have 20 local food vendors, truck vendors there, from vegan to seafood to barbecue, and electric fair taken for obviously the 4-acre field. What exactly will be the site layout?
So you'll come in to the distillery off of Sproul.
and you'll see the distillery. We have this area we call the front porch, which is where there's 16 giant picnic tables and community tables, and that's where the band Way Station will be playing on the front porch for the people that are there. You come into the distillery, or we'll have bars outside and inside if you want to buy cocktails, or if you want to come inside and do tours, you sign up in the gift shop. Our 4.5-acre field will be surrounded by food trucks, and then in the middle is where people can, bring their blankets and their chairs, and they can try 18 different foods.
That's really amazing. A lot of good food here in this town. So
Yeah.
when it comes to music, let me ask you this: who will be on that front?
You mean on Saturday?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, a band called Way Station will be on the front porch playing. That's all right, from 1 to 4. But we do a lot of music here. We have Oliver Tree and Jamie Johnson Labor Day weekend, and War on Drugs the last Friday of September, and The Head and the Heart, and Death Cab for Cutie. We have some great bands coming up in the fall.
Oh, that's amazing. That's really amazing. You obviously talked about the self-guided tours that you have at the Firefly Distillery, and obviously there's a lot of history about the distillery.
Yeah.
What's the feature of it?
Well, when you do the tour, you can see our original still, which Jim and I built. You can see a still that Jim traded a truck for. It's an illegal still that Popcorn Sutton owned.
Wow.
You can touch it and feel it. We like to let people know this is what it looks like if it's not legal. If you're up in the mountains, or if you're out in a swamp and you run it on one of these, you need to get out.
Yes.
You can see the whole process on how we make our spirits. There's history about sweet tea, and you can see. We also have a nice picture of the old place on Wadmalaw.
Wow.
And then there's a really cool story about a guy that lived on this property. Peanut Gardner was his name, and his first name's Elmer, and he's a World War II hero, and it's a great story. His granddaughters brought in. He got multiple, Purple Hearts and Silver Star. He was a sharpshooter. So he was actually lived on this property and died on this property. And there's a really interesting story if you come check it out.
Check it out. And when it comes to the distillery, what will be your feature?
What do you mean?
What's next for you all?
Well, I got a really cool whiskey that we're introducing next month, and it's called Bend and Steel. It's a blend of 16-year-old whiskey from Indiana, 4-year-old bourbon from Kentucky, and 6-year-old bourbon from here. And it is a beautiful whiskey, and we'll have it for sale for the food truck rodeo.
Ooh, that is amazing. So, for more information on people who want to attend the food festival, how could we go about that?
Good. FireflyDistillery.com.
That is amazing.
Or you can go to our Facebook site.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
12 to 5, Saturday, September 10th.
Oh, God. Amazing. Looking forward to that as well. Well, Scott Newitt with Firefly Distillery, thank you for your time. And you know what? I'm so happy to interview you because you were always on my list of people to interview. So thank you for this.
Awesome. Well, I caught up some of your interviews. Rob Fowler's a good friend of mine.
Yes.
Love that interview.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
He's a legend in town just like you are.
Well, I don't know about me. He is definitely a legend for sure.
Yeah. The Wizard of Weber.
That's right. That's right.
Thank you for your time. And I hope to get you back on Quintin's Close Up so we can talk more about the distillery in the future.
Sure. Anytime. Nice to meet you. Look forward to meeting you in person.
Likewise.